What's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and I am so excited to be here to help you get your best score possible on CrossFit Open Workout 23.1. I think this is the best start to the Open we've ever had. I'm so excited. In this video, I'm gonna be covering all of the movements that are in this workout right here. And also, if you're someone who's struggling with toes to bar, or maybe you're trying to get your first reps of ring muscle ups or anything like that, I have a free resource guide I would love to send you that also has the complete full written strategy to go along with this video. If you want to get that, go to wodprep.com/open and you can get all of the awesome extra content that's gonna help you maximize your score, including some extra scaled tips to help you get your first muscle up, toes to bar, things like that. Without further ado, let's dig into it. First thing to note is that in this video, my floor plan is not up to standards. Remember, go to games.crossfit.com to make sure you know the exact standards and the exact floor plan that you need to hit this workout and get a valid score. First, it's time to talk about the rower. You cannot win this workout on the row machine, but you can lose it. A lot of people, because of all the excitement, especially this is the first week, they're fired up, ready to hit Friday Night Lights. They're going to hit this machine way too hard, and they're gonna come out of the gate way too hot. If you crush the row, you will crumble in the rest of the workout. So what I'm suggesting is about 85% effort. You are going to be the best judge of your row pace. So leave a little bit in the tank because there's so much more work that you need to do after the rower. And if you want to learn specifics about the exact form that I suggest and how to dial in the damper, spoiler alert, do not put the damper on a 10. That's not gonna help you row faster. If you wanna get a full detailed breakdown, we have a big video about this. Again, go to wodprep.com/open. Make sure you're on the email list, and I'm gonna send a resource guide, and in that will be a full how to set up your rower breakdown that we filmed before. I just can't fit it all into this video. So with that, 85%, you can't win the workout on the row, but you certainly can lose it. For this specific workout, I have one tip that won't be in that other video, and that is when you're rowing, a lot of people are gonna wanna death grip the handle, okay? They're gonna really squeeze onto that handle. We have a lot of grip intensive work coming up later, like the toes to bar, the cleans, and even the ring muscle ups. So while you're rowing at, again, that 85% effort, I want you to think about like loosening your fingers. So like row, do your pull, and then kind of like shake your hands out. I don't want you death gripping the handle the entire time, and that's gonna hopefully help set up your grip for success in the later movements. Next, it's time to move on to 50 toes to bar. This is a trap. This is where a lot of athletes are going to completely blow up their scores because they're gonna hit bigger sets than they should. I'm someone who legitimately can do 40 toes to bar unbroken when I'm fresh, and I am forcing myself to do no more than 5 at a time. And I know that seems crazy, but in order to save my grip for the cleans and for the ring muscle ups, in order to make sure that I'm not completely crushing my core, I'm forcing myself to do small sets. For an overwhelming majority of people watching this video, doing sets like this is gonna be the best. Just quick singles, hop down, step back, jump up again, right? Just quick singles will be a really efficient way to get through these 50 reps. It might feel slow, but it's really not that much slower than doing sets of 10 and then taking a 20-second break. Try to force yourself to keep your sets small, and I would try to keep your sets consistent throughout. Some people might be interested in doing like descending sets where they do like a big set of 15 and then, slowly drop off from there. But for me specifically, I think I'm just gonna aim to do maybe 10 sets of 5 and just force myself to take a deep breath, get my heart rate down, shake out my grip, and then get back on it. But again, for a majority of people watching this video, the way to do your toes to bar, almost guaranteed, unless you can do, I'd say 15 plus unbroken pretty easily, singles are the way to go. And the singles, again, can look just like this. You just want to jump up into a hollow body position, one kip, hit your toes, back on it, okay? Very, very simple. If you're someone who's struggling to just get your first toes to bar, here's a little quick tip. I want you to focus on looking where you want your toes to go. So you look and lean back. It might not be pretty, and it might not, gymnasts watching this are like, this is disgusting. But to get your first toes to bar, all I need you to do is to look up, lean back, and then lift your toes as high as you can. Okay? that is a great way to get your toes to the bar. You also can swing into the first rep if you really want. Again, this is not a pretty way to do it. This is specifically for people who are trying to get that first rep. But you can also swing, do a couple swings, and then use the momentum to get your toes to the bar. That's just kind of like a cheap and easy way to get your first reps if you're trying to RX this workout. It's time for 40 wall balls. There's just a couple tips I want to share with the wall balls. I highly suggest doing a descending rep scheme. So that means maybe hit a set of 20, 12, 8. That would be an example of a descending rep scheme. Basically, your biggest set first, and then your second set is slightly smaller, your third set slightly smaller, so on and so forth. I would aim to break up the wall balls. Don't go into this expecting to do them unbroken. I think it's really not that worth it. We want to save time and we want to save that gas pedal for the cleans and for the ring muscle ups if you're able to get there. So for the wall balls, for me, I probably will try to break it up into 3 sets. Take a nice deep breath when I drop the ball, pick it back up, get right back into it. And then another thing I'm doing to save my shoulders is I'm going to make sure that I do my clearing stroke. So the clearing stroke looks like this. When I shoot the ball up, I let my hands go wide and back down to center. Okay, what I'm not doing and what I want to make sure that you're not doing is throwing the ball and leaving your hands up the whole time. Right? If I told you to walk around like this all day, you'd probably get really tired. Your shoulders would be smoked. So why, when we're doing wall balls, do we want to leave our hands up in the air? I don't recommend it. It's going to really fatigue your shoulders. So throw up in the air, let your hands relax and come back to center, and you'll be good to go. You can jump a little bit to try to get that ball all the way to the target. Hopefully you've been practicing at this standard, or actually even better, if you've been watching my videos, hopefully you've been practicing with a heavier wall ball than the one that you're using in the open. And then these should feel nice and easy. And honestly, the 40 wall balls shouldn't be too taxing on you. If you go in trying to hit massive sets, it might be, but if you followed my advice thus far, you should be able to get through the wall balls. Don't panic during them. Don't try to send it during the wall balls. It's now time to move on to the cleans and then the ring muscle ups, where that's really where we're going to start to put the pedal to the metal. Hey everyone, really quick note that I think you might want to know. Here at WODprep, we have an open coaching group. So this is a private group that we've opened up to help WODprep athletes get their best score in the open. So yeah, we have these free strategy videos like you're watching right now, but we actually have a private coaching group. It is paid, but it's only $29 and it covers the entire open. If you are interested in working directly with a WODprep coach to get the exact strategy that's gonna help you get your best score possible, including the ability to upload your own videos, like you can upload videos of the toes to bar, of your ring muscle up attempts, you can talk to my coaches 24/7 between now and the end of the open. If you're interested in joining that group, we're opening it up for the next couple days only. Friday night at about midnight Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna close the doors. If you wanna join the group and get direct coaching from the WODprep team, just go to wodprep.com/open-coaching or click the link in the comment or in the description below, and I will see you on the inside. Okay, next up, we have the cleans. Remember, these cleans can be power cleans, they can be muscle cleans, basically any way you want to get that bar to your shoulder as long as it's in one smooth motion. Can't be hang cleans. Use the hook grip. So take some tape your thumbs like this, okay? Do it to both thumbs, obviously. So once you have your thumb tape, just really focus on getting a hook grip. Every time you reach over to grab that bar, get your hook grip. And what's gonna happen is that's gonna save your grip both for the cleans and then also for the ring muscle ups that are gonna come down the road. And then whatever clean you want, whether it's a power clean, I would suggest almost everyone do single power cleans. Even the top athletes who might think that they're gonna hit big sets of unbroken cleans, it's not worth wasting your energy lowering the bar and controlling the bar back down for the next rep. So your pace on the cleans should be consistent throughout. Once I do a rep, so I get the bar to my shoulder and I'm just gonna drop it, I'm going to count how many breaths I take before the next rep. This is a technique that I use a lot of time when I'm doing barbell singles of some sort. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the bar, stand all the way up, drop, and then when that bar hits the ground, I'm taking 2 or 3 really deliberate breaths. 1, back on the bar, okay? That's a great way to keep your cadence throughout. A lot of people they're gonna get to the bar, they're gonna do a few really fast reps, and then they're gonna start wasting a ton of time in between each rep. I want you to do a single rep, drop it, and then take either a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 second or 5 breath break. 5 might be a lot. It all depends on how heavy this barbell is for you. But for me personally, I'm probably gonna aim for 2 to 3 breaths in between each rep. And here's what that looks like. See how I'm forcing myself to take those nice big breaths. I'm not spending too much time under tension. I'm basically getting that bar to my shoulders, standing up, and then as soon as it's locked out, I drop it off my shoulders. I'm not wasting any time lowering the bar back to the ground. You'll also notice I'm using bumper plates that aren't bouncing very high. That's gonna be important. And hopefully, if you can keep that pace throughout, it's gonna leave you with time to wrap it up with the ring muscle ups. Okay, let's move on to the grand finale. This is the biggest separator for the RX division, and that is who is going to get some ring muscle ups. Now, depending on your ability level, the advice is going to vary widely. For myself, when I get to the ring muscle ups, it's pedal to the metal. I'm gonna do some decently big sets, and I'm always gonna leave, let's say, a few reps in the tank before failure. So I'm hoping to get through this set of 20 in maybe 4 sets. That would be really nice, and I would probably do them in a descending rep scheme. But for a lot of people, it's all about just getting 1 or maybe 2 ring muscle ups. And that's kind of where I'm gonna spend the majority of my time here focusing, is how can you get that first rep? If you followed all the advice so far, you're hopefully getting to the rings with a minute or so left, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but you will have some time. The most crucial aspect of you seeing success on these rings and getting 1 rep, because if you get 1 rep, that's gonna separate you from tens of thousands of people. The way to do it is by making sure you make your 1 or 2 reps count. A huge mistake that a lot of people are gonna make is they're gonna get to the rings, they're gonna have, let's say, I don't know, a minute left, and they're gonna fail 10 times in 1 minute. They're gonna fail and fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. Each one of those increasing their fatigue every single time. What I'd much rather see is if you're an athlete that gets to the rings with, again, let's say hypothetically 1 minute left, I want you to spend 30 seconds resting, spend another 10 seconds, chalking your wrists and getting everything set up. Calm yourself, and then leave time for maybe 1 or 2 attempts. That's gonna be so much better if you make your attempts count and you really focus on nailing that first one. That's gonna be so much better, and you're gonna see much better success compared to the athlete that comes right off the barbell, rushes into their first attempt, fails, and then fails, fail. Okay? So really focus on making that first rep count. And if you go to WODprep.com/open, I will send you a few extra bonus videos to help you get your first ring muscle up. But the really quick thing that I wanna talk about is I think the best way to get your first ring muscle up, or if you're on the fence of getting a ring muscle up, this is the best strategy. So if you've watched any of my open videos in the past with muscle ups, you'll notice I like to use a box. I use something called the box drop-in technique. And all that means is that I'm using a box to help set me up with a really good kip. Next, as I get up here to the rings, I want you to get a false grip. Okay, because to get your first rep, or if you're just borderline at ring muscle ups, if you can choke up and actually get a good false grip where your wrist, that crack of your wrist is right on top of the rings, and you get your false grip, and then from here, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow myself to swing and then get my first rep, okay? Really important that when you do that swing, you get that full lockout of the elbows. I know it might not have looked like it from this angle, but I did get that full lockout. So you get your false grip, you get the full lockout, and then all I want you to do is get a little bit of a swing. If you can get a little bit of a swing from a kip, 1 kip and up and over, and you'll probably be able to get that first rep if you have been practicing your ring muscle ups. If you want more intricate details of how to get that first ring muscle up, how to improve your toes to bar, how to do all the various things, if you want more details and more in-depth coaching, then make sure you go to WODprep.com/open, and I will send you some more free resources. If you're someone that's like, hey man, I need all the help I can get, I really want to get my best score possible in the open, then I highly suggest joining our WODprep Open coaching group. That's at WODprep.com/open. WODprep-coaching, or you can click the link in the top comment below or in the description. That is where you can get direct coaching from the WODprep team. And we're gonna leave enrollment open until Friday night. I'm so excited that we are here for another year of the Open. Please, in the comments below, let me know one thing that you learned in this video that you are going to try. And if possible, please let me know what score you got. Leave a comment and share what you've learned from this workout with the rest of the WODprep family. I will be in the comments answering questions, and I'm so stoked that we are back for another year of the CrossFit Open. Smash the subscribe button, that way you don't miss any more videos. Thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you're crazy, and then I will see you in next week, 23.2. Yeah, good job yourself. All right, ready?